Peace to all my kings and queens out there. It's your boy RELL. We all know the struggle be so real out here. However, you do need to be realer than your struggle. So, stay tuned. I have some lessons for you. So let's get it.
Good morning. So, happy Wednesday morning, and most importantly, happy New Year's Eve. Excuse me. Hope this video finds you guys doing well. It is super early in the morning. I actually got to work an hour early than I was supposed to be. And I'm not there yet. I'm actually parked at a QT. But we're going to get into this video. This video was or is the continuation of my yearly review, recap, whatever, from yesterday. So yesterday I was being attacked by the devil because he really felt like I didn't need to get this material out, and I won't be denied. So we're gonna finish this video before it's time for me to go to work. So let's get to it. So yesterday where I left off was, the whole brand thing, and I was just talking about how do you represent as a brand. I did a video on that. Now, the next video I did was the reason I like myself and the reason I dislike myself. Now, some people will find that very odd to put a video out there like that, but I felt it was necessary so that way you get a little bit more insight about myself, and that way you know kind of where I stand as a human being in my good and bad. I did a video on the creative process for my videos, self-explanatory. As you guys can see, I do a very low edit videos. I don't necessarily look to have the most polished video in the world, but long as the material is good and there's a sense of value in it, I don't feel like I need to be overly polished. And that's no disrespect to the people who do the polished videos. I know there's a lot of people who, make that their staple because they feel like, hey, I don't want my channel to look like it's, grassroots. I want to look like super professional, high-end video. On the other end of that is I prefer to kind of record and film from the gutter because it's like I'm in the grind, so I want you guys to see me in my natural element and not see me overly polished and trying to fake something that's not real for you guys, or let you guys know that I'm on the move and I'm not just, trying to show you some obvious life of greatness and stuff, whereas when you see me in the gut, the gutter or whatever. I did a video on black leadership. This one I'm not gonna really go too deep in because I feel like I need to do another one. The black leadership was just more about who I feel or who I used to look up to as black leaders, and they're failing me and they're showing me, otherwise. So I felt like I needed to talk on that, and I needed to kind of talk about why our community as a whole, our culture, just, discredits and chops and push down our leaders, because there's a lot of people that could be leaders, but they're getting, crucified because of the actions either they took against themselves, took against themselves and got caught, or just, the stuff that they do in the public eye that makes them, like basically look bad, and to the point where, it's like, okay, I thought you were a leader, but you showing me otherwise, so I have to feel some kind of way towards you. So that one's a touchy one. So I'll recap on that next year. I'll definitely get back on that one, but for right now, I did do a video on that, and I feel it was good, but I feel like I need to kind of touch in on that a little deeper. I did a video on contact X, triple X, and lust. This is basically just talking. I didn't go too deep into lust. I went more into the contact X. This is just basically talking about what we see on social media as men. When we see, what I'm talking about, just random videos of women doing salacious things, and we get caught into the bottomless pit of that, and we never climb out, and it turns into something else. I did a video on that, so I also want to do another one for next year as well, because I feel like I can go deeper. I just haven't found it in my spirit and in my heart and my best interest at that moment to really go deeper, but I'm going to go deeper on that. So the next one I did a video on was respect, money, and power. This one I feel like it's kind of like my staple video, because I do have it in Reels. This one I kind of touched in on, and I feel like I still want to touch in on as well. This one is just basically talking about how we as society look at money, power, respect. We look at it in that order, instead of looking at respect, money, and power, and how we should turn that on its head and look at it in a different facet. But yeah, I'm going to do another video on that to kind of go through the different, just each individual thing, and why it's important that we look at it in the facet that I said. Because again, I say respect, money, and power. So as far as my reels, so the reels that I've done, I did one on KKK, which is kings, killers constantly, killing kings constantly, and the constantly is with a K, and then kings killing kings. I did a video on the sabotage. All of these are basically acronyms too. So, you want to know a little deeper, just go into the reels and look at the captions and stuff on it. Not Quite 38 was actually a throwback video that I did. Again, these are all poems. These are all like spoken word poems and stuff. What I like to do in the future is either do a little montage of these videos, or I would like to either do it where I can make it in AI form, so that way you can kind of see exactly what I'm talking about, because I'm being very descriptive, and I want to be able to kind of go into, so you can kind of see it in the AI form. I don't know if I'll get it done next year, but that's a future move that I'm looking at. And I have more videos with acronyms to come. The next one is porn. I talked about that, and it's part 1. I do have 3 parts for that. I did the video, the poem on the word brand, the one because I actually did, I was talking about that video in my last video, the yearly recap. I was talking about the brand, but I actually broke it down in a poems facet, and I was explaining about what it means, basically being real and never dishonorable. So I broke that down in an actual poem. I did a poem on crash. I did a poem on LOL. It was part 2. I had a part 1 that I posted. I took it down because I wasn't too big of a fan of it. That one was like actually kind of like a still video. It wasn't like me actually reading the poem. That's before I actually really just said, you know what, I'm gonna just do it and just read it to you guys and stuff. So I did the part 2 that I read, but I didn't do the part 1. So I'm gonna read the part 1 next year and stuff on my next reel. Probably one of the first videos I do of the year. Friends. I did a video or spoken word poem on friends. So these, excuse me. So these are the videos that I've done and reels that I've done thus far. Now, my future for the struggle is RELL is basically just to keep putting out material. I do ask of you guys to help me out on these, give me some feedback, let me know what I'm doing, what I could do better, what I can look into and stuff, because again, this is your community, it's not just me. I'm the one that's actually producing it and putting it out there for you guys, but this is your community as well. So if there's something that you like and or like me to discuss or tap in on, please let me know. Get down in the comments. You guys can get on my posts and make comments on there. I post every day, and I drop videos every day. So no matter how you do it, I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna look into it. That is pretty much it. And just to recap yesterday's video, because I feel like I got cut off and stuff. Again, this channel is for you guys. This channel is from me to you. So I don't want to be like I'm the expert of everything. I'm not really the expert per se. I am a thought leader in training. I like to think like that. I would say that I'm just basically trying to grow within myself by doing this. And while I'm growing and while I'm putting this information and this perspective out to you to either take or not take, I expect, you guys let me know what's going on in your life and you tell me what your stories is. So that way, I can get more feedback, more information. It gets me inspired when I hear people's stories, when people tell me like, hey, I'm going through this. Hey, I'm going through that, and again, I'm here to help you guys. I've been down a lot of roads. I done been at my lowest point where I thought about not being here, and deleting myself. I've been in the mind space of just not, really believing in myself. This time around, I'm fully engulfed in myself, and I'm fully, trusting that I want to be here and I want to make some changes and I want to help the next generation, whoever is looking for the help. So you reach out to me, I'll reach out back, and I'll definitely let you know what my opinions are, or my perspective or my ideas are, and hopefully I can help you out. And excuse me, got a really scratchy throat this morning, but and in return, I was just hope that you guys, share some stories and ideas to me, and then I could, either grow from it or, take something and help somebody else with. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope this video again finds you guys in good health and doing well, being safe out here. This is it. This is it. We are officially about to enter to 2026. This is the last 24 hours of this year. So what did I learn this year? If you guys want to, know about far as where I stand for this, I learned a lot far as more so toward the end of this year, more so toward the end of the year. So I learned that, basically you can't be scared to be yourself. You can't be scared to be yourself. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing this, and that's why I'm not afraid to put this information out here, because here's the thing. Nobody's going to tell you how to... actually, let me rephrase that. One of my favorite rappers, Cameron, he actually said this line, play you for what? You going to play yourself. Nobody's going to ever pay you like you pay yourself. I love that line. So what that means to me, and it's not that, like, it's not the deepest line, but it is a deep line. I can only be me. I can only play me in this life. And so what I mean by that is this is kind of a double entendre type thing. I can only play myself. I can only set myself up for failure at the end of the day. And I'm the best person to play myself because who knows me better than me? So the thing about me and the thing that makes me, I guess, authentic or, who I am is just because I know me better than I know than anybody else know me. So when I do these videos, I don't have to be worrying about like, oh, it's got to be perfect. It's got to be like this one and that one, because that's one thing that we do as a society. We always trying to compare ourselves to other people. At the end of the day, I'm me. I'm going to do me, and I can't be compared to anybody else. I can only be compared to what I do. So that's probably about the realest thing I could ever say I've learned this year, is that I can't really fuck up my own shit because it's my shit. How can I fuck up something that I created and that I pretty much embody, as far as whether it be some like a poem, whether it be a book, whether it be these videos. I can't fuck this shit up. The only thing I can do is not do it, quit before I start. So that's the biggest thing I learned. So that's why I'm so, I feel like so solid about what I'm doing and feel so authentic about what I'm doing, because it's coming from the heart. It's coming from who I am as a person. If you know me personally in my personal life, I will take the coat off my back. I'll take this off and give it to you and help you out before I let you sit there and suffer. So people, if you know me, you know that I'm that kind of person. And then the other thing is, when you do these things, like I said in that line, pay you for what? You're going to play yourself. Nobody can pay you like you pay yourself. By me doing this, I'm helping myself get paid. When this shit finally gets monetized, I'm helping myself get paid. I'm knowing my worth and I'm knowing my position, where I stand in this life. See, some people would go to a job, spend all day, trade their time for money, just like I do. I'm still in the grind, and expect people to pay them like what they feel they're worth. You're never going to get paid what you're worth. You're never going to get paid what you're worth. Your boss and your job is not designed and set up to pay you what you believe you're worth. Because some people don't even know what they're worth. Just like I said yesterday in my video, about the brand thing. Some people don't even know how much they're worth. Now, knowing me and knowing what I'm capable of and knowing what I'm worth, it's easy for me to say, okay, I can do these videos and I can get paid. I can get paid however I choose. I can create the salary cap for this. Because if I stop doing it, that's the end of my salary cap. I cut myself off. But if I keep going, there's no limit to how much I can get paid on this. No limit. There's people on YouTube making millions and millions and millions of dollars. Almost billions. So I'm only the limit. I'm basically the limit to myself. So if I give up and I cap myself off, or I cut myself off, that's where it stops. But if I want to keep going at this, there's no limit to how much I can make. So that's what makes this real for me. That's what I learned this year. That's why I'm doing these videos. I'm going to be at this for a while. So just get used to this face. This is nothing that's going to stop. It's not going to stop. But this is my longest video, or one of my longest videos. I don't want to take it any further than that. Guys, be safe out there. Watch your six. Be careful, because it is crazy out here. People getting into 2026 and they're going to be going crazy. But just watch your six. Watch yourself. You know, be safe. Don't drink and drive. All that other good stuff. And I will catch you guys later. I will be tapping in later for the question of the day. But this will be my first video for the day. Finishing off my little yearly recap. Just look forward to these videos, guys, because 2026, we going in. We going up. Flood the market. So you guys be safe. Be easy. I'll catch y'all later. One.
I appreciate you guys rocking out with me today. Remember, the struggle is real, but you have to be realer than you struggle. Don't let the situation define the man, but let the man define the moment. Stay intentional, stay blessed, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.